What's going on, Packers fans? Welcome into the Packers Report. Was at dinner when the news broke, left the restaurant, got in the car, now getting you guys a video as quickly as I can. Mecole Hardman signs a one-year deal with the Green Bay Packers. If you guys aren't subscribed and you guys need a reason to push you over the edge to hit that sub button, this is exactly why you do it, okay? Getting you a video from the car, trying to get to this news as quickly as anybody on this platform. So if you haven't already, hit that sub button. Join us on the Packers Report for daily videos, mock drafts, news, rumors, anything you could want, you can find right here, all for free. So Mecole Hardman signs a one-year deal with Green Bay. We don't know the money yet as of the time of recording. I can't imagine it's going to be a lot. I'm probably thinking somewhere around $5 million a year. Nothing crazy. Instant reaction, I'm just like, okay. I don't think this solves any of your long-term problems. I think this is kind of more of a, I don't even want to say Band-Aid solution because I don't know if it really does anything. I think Mecole Hardman is a great name in this league. I think he's a great option. He's very fast. Obviously gives offenses and this offense a new look. But I mean, you came into this season not really having your wide receiver one position figured out, and I don't think you still do. I don't think this gives anybody, myself included, any more confidence on the wide receiver one problems that this team already had. I think Mecole Hardman can do some great things. I think there can be a game or two where Mecole Hardman goes off, gets you 7 catches, 105 yards, and a touchdown or 2. I don't think he's your option at wide receiver, okay? So I don't think really the plan changes from here on out, right? I think that you still go into the draft looking to draft a wide receiver possibly in the first round. Definitely within the first 3 rounds, in my opinion, right? You still got a lot of other needs to deal with in the edge rusher position, the cornerback position once Jair Alexander leaves. But now this wide receiver room has a little bit more depth to it, right? With Christian Watson being out for what is going to be, in my opinion, probably the majority of the year, Mecole Hardman gives you something, that Christian Watson can't give you because he's injured. What's interesting to me is you look at the wide receiver position and you see Justin Reed, Romeo Doubs, Dontavian Wicks, now Mecole Hardman. A lot of those guys are kind of the similar type wide receivers, right? You're not really filling in that role that Christian Watson is leaving of a really big wide receiver, a stretch the field wide receiver, a go up and get the ball wide receiver. And I would not be surprised if that's the wideout, that if Green Bay chooses one out of the first round, I think they're going to go with that type of a receiver. I think you can look at a Savion Williams, maybe a Jaden Higgins, some of those bigger type receivers, go ball type receivers, high point jump ball type receivers. I think that's what they're going to go on. Okay, and I think that's what they're going to go for. Mecole Hardman in this one-year deal, right? He doesn't give you that Christian Watson replacement. He doesn't really give you, I guess, anything that is, earth-shattering. I think he's going to be a good offensive weapon. I think he's going to help stretch the field. I think he's going to give you some interesting looks. I'm excited to see how an offensive-minded coach like Matt LaFleur uses a wide receiver like Mecole Hardman in the fun ways that we've known Matt to use those types of players. But still, do you feel any different about this team going into 2025 than you did an hour ago before the news broke? I don't think so. At least I don't feel much different about this team going into 2025 as I did an hour ago. Cool, Mecole Hardman might be able to do some cool things. Like I said earlier, he might be able to pop off for 1 game, maybe 2 games. But, is he going to change the trajectory of the season? No. Does this team now have their wide receiver position figured out? No. Right? They've still got a lot of work to do, and they've, just added an option to this offense. Still excited about it. I think Mecole Hardman is capable of doing some great things, but this is still a problem for this team. You still are going into 2025 without a wide receiver one on your roster. Heck, even if Christian Watson snapped his fingers and everything was perfect and he had the quickest rehab in the history of man, you would still go into this year with a wide receiver one option. Okay, so let's talk the draft. For the last couple minutes of this video, that's what we're going to do. I think there are 4 options in the first round of guys who will be wide receiver ones in this league one day, okay? Travis Hunter, I don't think Travis Hunter will be available at pick number 23. In fact, I would bet every single dime I've ever made in my entire life that Travis Hunter will not be available come pick 23. Okay, he's gone. I've seen Teteroa McMillan fall down a couple draft boards. Okay, I've seen him in some most recent mock drafts. I think it was Mel Kiper's that had McMillan going at pick number 22. If that's the case and he gets in the 20s, I would love if Goody made a move and selected McMillan in the first round. I think he's going to be a star in this league. I think he's going to be very, very special. He's 6'5". He just ran a unofficial 4.48 40 time. Like, this guy is an animal. He has hands like nobody else in this draft. His catch radius is massive. His body control is incredible. And if he's still there in the early 20s or late teens, I'm be really interested in making a move up to get him, okay? Luther Burden is another guy I've seen fall down mocks recently, and I don't really get why. I think a lot of people like to point to his production in 2024, kind of, jumping off a cliff. Well, that was because he played for an awful team with an awful quarterback. Even when Brady Cook wasn't injured, and he was battling through injuries for the entirety of the season, he's not a great quarterback. He's not going to get drafted. He's not going to have a future playing this game. You know who will is Luther Burden. And a lot of people want to say, you know what? Luther Burden isn't an outside type wide receiver. He's not a true X wide receiver. Yeah, he wasn't in Mizzou's offense with that quarterback. You get him in the NFL. You get him, with Jordan Love as his QB. You can get him on the outside. He can be that X receiver. Okay? And then recently, I think Matthew Golden is a name to look out for. I think after he ran a 4.29 in the combine, he ran his way into a lot of top 20 picks. Now, I still think there's a chance. It's an outside chance. I think there's a chance that Matthew Golden might be there at 23. And if he is, I would love it. Okay? I think those four guys are four guys that can be wide receiver ones in this league. And I think those are still the four options in the first round. If you don't get one of those guys in the first round, heck, wait to the third round, draft Savion Williams, maybe get Higgins in the second, maybe get a guy like Jack Besh. I don't know, Ty Felton, he could be a good option in the fifth. There's still a lot of really good wide receivers, but Mecole Hardman is the signing of today. Interesting move. Might pan out, might not. Wouldn't be shocked if he didn't make the roster. Wouldn't be shocked if he made it. He will most likely make the roster, but I think it's a good move. I think it's a fine move. Did Green Bay get much better? I don't think so. Or is there still room to improve in that wide receiver room? Yes, there is. Thanks so much for watching. Sorry for the shakiness of the car. Did my best to keep it rigid. But hey, this is why you subscribe to the channel. No matter where I am, whether I'm at dinner with my wife and our friends, and I have to do a video in the car, I'm going to get you one as quickly as I can. So if you haven't already, hit that sub button.